Hey everyone, it's Friday night, the weekend is officially here and it's only 2 more sleeps until the Reds march to Old Trafford to take on Manchester United in a massive game in the Premier League and of course a massive game in our season. I've said this pretty much every night on the build up to it, but this is one of the games you look out for when the fixtures are released every June. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. As always, we've got a really busy show, lots to get through. I can see the chat's filling up already. I've got my notes. I hope you've got your questions and your thoughts ready. This is the Late Night Agenda. I'm your host Craig and you're very welcome to the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. Who have we got in with us this evening? Let me say my hellos before we get started. Kyle, Tom Flynn, Liverpool Fan 9, Joshua David Williams, RB, Adrian Hall, October, Sean Malloy, Brian Morrissey, Phenomenal Empire, Jimmy, who else? Joseph Stalin, feels weird saying that one, but you're there. Paul McCormick, LFC Till I Die, Scotty, Subi, Anthony, Tom Boland, Lee Newman, O-Dog, Ethan Wolf and Aidan Collins. So many more names, guys. It's moving quick. I apologise if I've missed you. How the hell are we? I hope you're all keeping well. The weekend's here. If you're a Monday to Friday type person, if that's your job, then congratulations, the weekend's here. You can kick back, relax, enjoy the football. We've had a couple of games already tonight in the Premier League. Watford went and gave Cardiff a bit of an old spanking, and of course West Ham won at home 3-1 against Fulham. Right, how are we? Would you like to, instead of swap Salah, just straight up buy Dybala? That's a great question to start off the night, Joshua. Yes, I would. I would happily buy Paulo Dybala if it didn't involve us selling Mohamed Salah. I don't think there's many of us that wouldn't like Dybala. Yes, I do know a few people think he's not quite it or mightn't fit into the system, but I'd take him, buddy. I would certainly take him. Nice to meet up, said Joseph Stalin is your dad. I love that name. It's really fucking weird, but I love it. Hey Craig Angus, how are you, mate? Evening Red, said Paul McCormick. Jimmy said, evening Craig, how are you tonight, buddy? You know my answer to that one, buddy. I am tickety boo, as always. Ryan, how are you, mate? Evening Red. Lots of introductions, lots of people just saying hi. Brilliant. Look, let me have a quick start by going through a recap of the press conferences from the managers today ahead of the weekend's game. So Dejan Lovren will miss the game for the Reds. He's still injured. He hasn't shaken that one off. Jurgen Klopp has been speaking a little bit about the good form of Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he was saying they're in a good moment, a really good moment. They're physically strong, they defend well, they attack well. Against Chelsea, I saw the game, and Chelsea were not as bad as everybody made them out to be. But United scored in perfect moments and scored 2 brilliant goals. They're full of confidence, all that stuff. That's how they're going at the moment. That's clear. So look, lots of respect there from Jurgen Klopp. He's been speaking very highly about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, speaking highly about this United team, but I'm sure he backs his boys as well. From a United perspective, it looks like Anthony Martial could possibly be fit for this game, and Jesse Lingard might make it as well. Now, you always have to take everything that managers say with a pinch of salt, but a lot of us have thought that those two players this might have been a bit of a bluff from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but it could be a double bluff, and they might not make it. Maybe some United fans in the chat know a little bit more than I do. I'm just going from what I'm reading, basically. So both managers being respectful. It's just a big fucking game, isn't it? I mean, we can talk this as much as we want, and we can give out the niceties and all that stuff. At the end of the day, there's respect there from both sides. We want to batter them. They want to batter us. We both have reasons for wanting the 3 points. May the best team win on Sunday. That's all I can say. Right, let me get into you guys, see how you're all feeling. United fans are very cocky. They're also confident they'll win, but that they could just as easily get spanked. Do you know what, though, YouTube? To be fair, all of us are cocky, isn't it, when we come to support our team? Especially when you're at home. I was a little bit extra cocky when we were at home against United earlier on in the season. Martin G said, Craig, hope you're well. Ferguson has not gone away, you know. I think he's managing this team. I'm convinced of it. He's in and around the club, mate. That's all I can say. I don't know. I don't know enough about the inner workings of Manchester United to give you an honest answer on that one. Thanks for liking my name. I'm not a communist, but I'm obsessed with it. The rest of the name is just, I don't know. That's alright, mate. I like somebody who comes up with a creative name on here. There's some brilliant ones, some absolute belters, and then you get some weird ones from time to time as well. But then we've got these nuts up there as well, which is another belter of a name. Greetings from Portugal, said Angelo da Costa. Mate, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and thank you for joining us. Hopefully Liverpool win. If United win, Solskjaer will get the job. What's wrong with that, though? I mean, if he gets the job at United, he gets the job. But obviously we don't want United to win. Obviously we want Liverpool to go there and stuff them. But it is what it is. From a United perspective, let's just wait and see what happens. I think if we haven't conceded by the 30th minute mark, we'll win, said Bates and Jr. Hang on, I thought I'm Bateson Jr. I'm confused now. How can there be two of us? I feel like there's that meme now where it's the two Spider-Men just pointing at each other like. Martial Lingard will play from the bench. Phenomenal Empire reckons. I think United will win 2-1, said Bob Ryan. We need Martial and Lingard. Lukaku is shit, said Lee Newman. Mate, at least that's not me saying it for once. That's a United fan. Awfully British said, speak highly so toppling them down is even better. It would be very, very satisfying to go to Old Trafford and take 3 points. I've said it before, and I think maybe Brian agreed with me, or maybe it was Liam. If we get 3 points at Old Trafford, in my eyes, that's a massive, massive kick in the nuts for Manchester City, and a massive, massive boost for us taking that Premier League title. We play United on my birthday, said O-Dog. A win in that game would be the perfect birthday present. Happy birthday, mate. I know it's not Sunday quite yet, but you know what? When you're our age, or your age, celebrate the entire weekend. Why not, pal? Your birthday's on a Sunday. Kick back, relax. Good evening, Liverpool. Or Will, how are you, mate? Good evening. Would love to go and demolish United on Sunday. Angus Court 123 reckons that if Lingard and Martial don't start, we win. Do you know what, actually, this isn't news, breaking news, but it's something me and Connor were throwing around earlier on. We were thinking, what the hell can we do for the summer, you know, because football's not here, there's no major European tournament, World Cup, anything like that. So me and Connor were thinking we might go on the road. In the summer, we might try and track down some of our favourite football YouTubers or people that we just like within football and try and have an interview with them and chat with them and see how things are for them. We're thinking of hiring a car, heading over to the UK and just driving up and down, filming, see who we can catch up with, see who we can get for an interview and just having some fun, because the summer's where we want to experiment with some more content, because, you know, there's no Liverpool games. We'll be talking transfers all the time, of course. But other than that, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to try and keep bringing you content, aren't we? Because this is your channel. The Ibala's not good enough at Juve, said Midnight Football. And that's true. That's one of the reasons they want to move him on, mate. I say they want to move him on. They're considering moving him on. Since Cristiano Ronaldo come in, he hasn't quite had the impact that they'd hoped for. Not Ronaldo, Dybala, I mean. Trevor Beattie, how are you, sir? Thank you for coming in. Balls to the wall on Sunday. This is what football's all about in the title race. I'm beating up United again, said Tom Boland. Aidan Collins said Lukaku step overs are disturbing. They haven't got a patch on Ragnar Klavan step overs. If you want to see a step over, Raggy's your man. I mean, there's some beautiful videos of him doing step overs in weird places on the field when there's absolutely no need for it. But you know what? That's what made Ragnar Klavan the legend that he is. Can we just appreciate that Lazar Markovic played 45 minutes of Premier League football for Will? Or Will said for Fulham. I watched it because I was watching the game, and it was the least impactful 45 minutes of football he's probably ever played in his career. It was absolutely shocking. I found out something interesting though around that. Now maybe you guys knew this, but I assumed Liverpool had just loaned him to Fulham, which they have to an extent, but they've also cancelled his contract, which is weird because they only had 6 months left on it. So he signed a deal at Fulham for 6 months, but apparently it's not a loan deal from Liverpool because we cancelled his contract. That's really strange for me, but look, it is what it is. Have you seen the Salah interview? He looks like he's out to do damage on Sunday. No, but I'm grateful if that's the case, mate. He's always smiling. Everything I've seen of him, I've seen pictures of him with Cara, I've seen pictures of him with training, and every time you see that beautiful man Mohamed Salah, he just makes me smile because he's always smiling. That's great to see. And for kids as well, I mean, what a player to look up to. If you're a kid, or even a parent like myself, and your kid's getting into football, just steer them towards likes of Mohamed Salah. You couldn't go wrong. What an idol he is. I take a win or a draw on Sunday, said Midnight Football. I'm a United fan, but love the channel, said Evan15. Do you know what? Can I just take a minute to say thank you? Because as most of you know, I was over with Mark on the United stand last night. I was lucky enough. It's my second time he's asked me onto the channel, so I appreciate that, and thank you to Mark for that. But also thank you to all the United fans that took the time last night after our show on here to write some nice comments in the chat. I appreciate that, and I tried to reply to as many of them as I could. Thank you so much. I didn't know what to expect over there again, but I'm very pleased that some of you have managed to come over and that you didn't hate me too much. But anyway, just thank you for that. If you win on the weekend, I think you've effectively already won the league, said Yusuf. Say it again, mate. Say it again. I hope we do. Yusuf, look, I know if you're a United fan, you want us to hammer us. I get that, but this is a big, big game for Liverpool. It really is. And for United, of course. They're in 4th spot. As he said, this is the most nervous I've been for a game since the 2005 Champions League semi-final. I remember, Azzy, I was over in Toronto for the semi-final, for the second leg. My daughter had just had her first birthday, so my wife has a lot of family in Canada, so we went over to Canada she was the first great-granddaughter, so we went over to basically say, here, look, this is a baby, she's one, meet her. But when we were over there, it was the second leg, and I remember sitting in my wife's auntie's living room watching that game, and when the ball flashed across, was it from Good Johnson right at the last second? I never ever understand how that didn't go in. I was sure that was going in, but yeah, I was damn nervous that night as well, Azzy, so I get where you're coming from. Hi Craig, I'm going for a 2-1 win for Liverpool. Come on you Reds, said Adam Parks. 3-2 to Liverpool. Salah Firmino bicycle kick, said V8. Nice. I mean, I wouldn't say no to a bicycle kick. Craig Weston reckons the high press will be important at Old Trafford. A press anyway, mate. As you can see, the title of tonight's stream, it wasn't meant to be a fuck you to Manchester United fans, basically. I just think if United come at us and United try and play an open game, I think we beat them. I think we get at them and we beat them. And I'm hoping that they do. Because United are in good form. They're starting to play like the old United used to. A lot of pace, a lot of power going forward, a lot of attacks. And that could play into our hands. If we dispossess, if we press high up the field, win the ball, mistakes could be made, and fingers crossed the Reds get in and score a few goals. Demalade said, I don't know if anyone already said this, but I think United's defensive vulnerabilities were exposed against PSG. I expect a VVD goal on Sunday. I'd love a VVD goal, Demalade, I really would. A nice header from a corner would do me the finest, as we say over here in Ireland. Okay, some more comments. Bonjour, Kev, how are we? And I'm just saying bonjour because that's what he wrote. I'm not trying to even pretend like I'm multi or bilingual, because I can barely speak English, trust me. Okay, what else we got? Wait, is Ragnar Klavan a legend? No, there's a difference, mate. He's not really a legend as such, as more he's a... What's the word? A cultural icon is probably the phrase I should have said. What do you think about Chelsea getting banned from transfers? There's two stories to talk about on that front. As you guys know, Chelsea have been banned. Well, you might not know, excuse me. Chelsea have been banned from making any signings for the next two transfer windows because they broke rules regarding underage transfers. This one was to do with Bertrand Traore, if memory serves correct. Anyway, what's going to happen? Probably they'll appeal it. And while they appeal it, that will give them time to have this summer's transfer window. Whatever happens in the appeal, it may be upheld, it might get reduced to one window, it might get thrown out, I don't know. But while they appeal it, they will probably be able to have this summer's transfer window. So you're going to see a damn busy transfer window from Chelsea this summer. It's happened to other clubs as well. Barcelona got a ban. Atletico Madrid got a 2-window ban. Real got a 2-window ban, appealed it, and then it was reduced down to 1 window. So let's wait and see what happens here with Chelsea. What is funny about it from a perspective is nothing's going right for El Roman at the moment, is it? Mr. Abramovich pulled out of the stadium, can't get a visa to go live in the country. Things not going right here now with regards to the transfer window ban and stuff. And a lot of people are starting to wonder, is he perhaps losing some interest in the football club? I've no idea on that one, but it's certainly something that makes me smile when I think about it. What's your thoughts on this one, by the way, guys? And there's another part to this story. Manchester City, where is my news? It's not going to take me long to say this, but you guys know I love an old Der Spiegel. You know I love a bit of Der Spiegel. Well, Der Spiegel reported that Manchester City broke FIFA rules regarding the transfer of Jadon Sancho from Watford back in 2015. You may have seen this, various media outlets are reporting it. I think it was on Sky Sports News earlier on and a few others. So just to reiterate, Der Spiegel reporting that Manchester City broke FIFA rules regarding the transfer of Jadon Sancho from Watford in 2015. The claim is that City paid £250,000 to an agent acting for Sancho when the rules state that players under 16 years of age cannot have agents, and Sancho was only 14 years old at the time. So if you're under 16, no representatives, no agents, nothing like that. So Manchester City are refusing to comment on this, and they're hiding behind the old, we refuse to comment on shit that's been gotten illegally. The same crap that they pulled the last time when Der Spiegel wrote all the stuff about their sponsorship from Etihad being a load of me arse, and that only 10 million of it is actually coming from Etihad. The rest of it is coming from Sheikh Mansour and being routed around various other companies to come back in to make it look like they're being sponsored 60 something million a year. It's mounting up now. It's mounting up, and I posted this on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account, and I got the response that I expected. People just pissed off. Nobody believes anything will be done about it. People believe that they've too much clout and they'll get away with it. We're just going to have to wait and see, but there will come a time where UEFA have to pull their finger out of their ass, look at this situation with Manchester City, realise that they seem to be taking the piss out of everybody. And now if they're breaking rules again with regards to players, young players being transferred in, it's just another thing to add to the collection. Now, you obviously have to say that Manchester City will claim that this is nonsense. On paper, the £250,000 to this was it a gentleman or lady? I can't remember. This person was put down as them being employed as a scout, I think for South America, if memory serves correct. But it's nonsense. It's 250 grand basically for an agent acting as Jadon Sancho, allegedly from Der Spiegel. Now, so that you've got that and you've got the Chelsea situation. So let me know your thoughts. Chelsea looking at a two window ban, Manchester City being investigated, but as I said, much like with all the other allegations from Der Spiegel earlier on, they said, oh no, we're not commenting on anything because our systems were hacked, all this stuff was gotten illegally. Perhaps it was, and I don't know the rules, but underneath it all, we all know that there's probably a ring of truth to some of this stuff. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. And guys, as I said, we have just passed 8,800 subscribers. So thank you so much to everyone that subscribed. We're on the road to 10k. Less than 1,200 to go. If you're watching, if you're new to the show, please do hit that subscribe button. All our content is free. Watch-alongs of every Liverpool game, nightly streams, and a few other bits and pieces as well. So if you could do us a favour, hit the like button and drop a subscribe on the channel as well. Thank you. Right, what else have we got? Trying to get rid of Markovic for so long. I know. He was just him and 118 Bogdan just wouldn't go, would they? We paid him to fuck off, said Brian Morrissey. Fucking love Mo, said V8. There you go. Fuck United, said Kev. I mean, straight to the point here. VVD to come back to the team, be man of the match on Sunday, said Carl Cullum. Reina or Allison? It depends which Reina you're talking about, Siobhan. Early Reina was quality, absolute quality. And I would say early Reina. If I'm being honest, early Pepe Reina, he had it all. He had the distribution, he had the presence, he had the shot-stopping ability, the organisational skills, everything. Peak Pepe Reina was a joy to watch. Now, Alisson's only here in his first season. He's made some errors, but you can see what he's capable of as well. But at this moment in time, I would take a peak Pepe Reina. But you know what? Alisson has everything in his locker to be a peak Pepe Reina as well. But what would you take, Siobhan, or who would you rather? Liverpool have now been #1 in the Premier League fair play table for almost 3 years. Hashtag too nice, said the Serpent Line. Well, you guys know, I've said it time and time again, I love a shithouse. I love shithouse teams. I love teams that have a few players in that like to kick fuck on the field, kick fuck other people. So I agree, too nice. Hello, Gakul. How are you, mate? Thank you for saying hello. How Pogba can be people's votes for the PFA award when he performs only 2 months in the season and not the whole season? Look, none of us can deny that Pogba isn't playing well at the moment. That's fair enough. But as you've rightly pointed out, Mohamed hasn't been for the entire season, and I think the votes are cast. Are they already cast for a player of the season? Don't they get casted ridiculously early? If memory serves correct, could be wrong. But yeah, look, I would say Van Dijk is most likely going to get player of the season, but that's just a guess. And obviously I'm being biased, and obviously I want the Golden Glove for Alisson, the Golden Boot for Mo Salah, the player of the season for Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool to win the Premier League, but because I'm a greedy bastard. The midfield battle will be massive for Liverpool, said Phenomenal Empire. It will. I really, really will. I was saying this with Mark last night, and both of us agreed the midfield could be where this game is won or lost. How you keep Pogba out of the game, how you keep him quiet. From their perspective, can they outwork our midfield? Would the likes of Herrera pick up an early yellow perhaps? It's the same could be said for Fabinho. It's a very intriguing game of football. And I can see why Manchester United fans would be confident. I can see why, of course, our fans are confident. But yeah, it's great. And this is what we want. Both teams in a good place, ready to lock horns in what is, in my opinion, the biggest game in world football. I know some people come back at me with El Clasico and all that stuff, but for me, Liverpool United, and I couldn't tell you the numbers. Somebody told me before, and I don't know if this is true, but somebody told me before that Liverpool Manchester United games get more viewers than the Super Bowl, which I kind of would believe, to be fair. What's this? Liam says, yes, Craig, what happens not too long now till we give them Manx another masterclass on how to play football and smash them off the park? Yusuf said, Craig, I'm an Arsenal fan. Thank you, mate. Apologies, but thank you for your opinion. I know you're going back to something you said earlier on there, but thank you for clearing that one up. Any tips for a young goalkeeper like me? Play, and practice, mate. I used to, when I was 13, 14, I was playing for my team. Then I was training with the senior team 2 or 3 nights a week as well. I played with the reserve senior team. Just get as much experience as you can. That's all I would say, mate. Just get as much experience as you can. Listen to your coaches and do your best. Other than that, I don't really know what to say, mate. It's just down to your work, your talent, and sometimes a lucky break. Hello from Germany. Said, is it Sino Testello? Hello, mate. Welcome in. The Mohican's gone, said Keane. It is, mate. I could not be arsed with it. I felt dirty. I felt sick. I felt horrible. And now I feel like the old me. Put butter on your gloves, said Kev. I don't know where that one's coming from. Spit in the gloves. Old school, Kev. You just spit in those gloves and rub them together. One game at a time. I'm not nervous at all. Very confident for some reason, said Craig Weston. And guys, as you can see from the image here on the screen, you can see a giveaway. You can see an arrow going down to a picture of John Barnes. Well, we're giving away 2 signed John Barnes photographs. One will be given away on the Instagram account, and you can see Kevla29 there. He runs the Anfield Agenda Instagram account. Kev has a post up on there giving you all the information on how to enter. Just go over, check out the account. It's at Anfield Agenda. Kev will drop a link in there now as well, I'm sure, in a second. And you can go over and enter on there. And on here, all you have to do is subscribe. If you're subscribed to the channel, you automatically go into the draw to win one of these 2 John Barnes photos. The A4 in size, as I said, signed John Barnes photo in that beautiful Crown Paints kit. And good luck to everybody. We'll be giving them away. The winners will be announced after the Everton game next Sunday. So as you know, we like to give stuff away in the channel sometimes. Sometimes we buy it ourselves. Sometimes we get it sponsored to us. But basically free shit. Hashtag free shit. And I love giving stuff away. Liverpool score and win on Sunday, said Midnight Football. Rune Christofferson said, is Christofferson? Yes, Christofferson. Said, Villa fan, but we're down. Looking forward to the big game on Sunday. May the best team win. Thank you, mate. It's a little bit disappointing for Villa as well this season. I have been keeping an eye on them because, believe it or not, they were my father's team, who he followed. But yeah, it hasn't been a great season for them, has it? I was expecting a bit more from them, especially when they kept hold of Jack Grealish. Charlene, how are you? Glad to be back for you all. Sorry I've been missing in action. I've not been well. Glad to hear you're feeling better, mate. Always great to have you on. See, FIFA have sanctioned Chelsea over the breaking of the under-18 rule. We spoke about that a little bit ago, but you probably wrote that actually, John, before I mentioned it, mate, so my bad. Siobhan thinks Alisson is better than Reina. Craig, I know you don't give City any credit because they bought it all. I've never once said that, mate. Never once. I've said that the manager and the players have absolutely nothing to do with the business of the club, and I've nothing but respect for the manager and the players of Manchester City. The fans I don't like, the owners I don't, well, not all the fans, because of course we've got a few like low fat that pop in here, lovely people, but a lot of them I don't like. But anyway, let me keep reading your comment. And I agree, but do you give credit to each of the City players? Of course, absolutely. The manager and the players, for me, they have to go about their business and do their job. And nobody can deny that those Manchester City players are playing an outstanding brand of football under Pep Guardiola. I'd never deny that, mate. As I say, I'm not just a hater for the sake of it. Which side has more confidence, Man United or Liverpool? Would this play any part before or during the game? Is more confidence necessary? And that's from Red Tick Gaming. Confidence, I suppose, mate, is always necessary, but I remember talking about this game with United fans, well, the game at Anfield back in December, and saying to them they were all feeling a little bit sorry for themselves at the time. They weren't very confident. The team wasn't playing well. And I said, sometimes in these games, there is no such thing as form or confidence. It's just a battle of attrition. Who wants it more? It can depend on a break of the ball, a sending off, a penalty, anything like that. These big games, except when you're playing Everton, because you know you're always going to beat Everton. But when you're playing United and such, sometimes confidence, form, it just doesn't matter. But I'm expecting this to be one of the most entertaining clashes between these two teams in a few years. Because there's no Jose Mourinho basically to ruin it for United and frustrate the shit out of us. Klopp knows what happened the last time at Old Trafford. I hope we win and respectfully leave. City probably playing a few minutes later after our game. They're playing, yeah, they are. They're playing the League Cup final against Chelsea. Wijnaldum or Herrera? Honestly, Wijnaldum. And I'm not being a hater there. I just think he's far more versatile than Herrera. That's my honest answer on that one. Transfer of the season for Liverpool was getting rid of Lazar. Biggest game in football, Stoke versus Derby, said Boya. Obviously, I mean, wow, what a game. Virgil's pockets will be full of Lukaku, Sanchez and Rashford, said O-Dog. Do you watch Rory's stories? I've never heard of it, Anne. Sorry. Let's spank these manx, said Stephen Richards. He said mank bastards, but I was trying to be nice. But then I've messed up, haven't I, by going back around with it. Would love a crunching tackle on Pogba from Fabinho in the first few minutes. Man United have a better midfield than Liverpool. I don't think they do, Godfrey. I think it's close. I think Pogba would make it into our midfield. But I think with Wijnaldum, Fabinho, I think we've got good options in our own midfield, pal. If we win against United on Sunday, the team bus can do 3 rounds around the Etihad on the way back up the East Lancs, said Claire Dean. There'll be nobody there though, Claire. There never is. There never is. Louis said, hello Craig, how's your day been? It's been really good, thank you mate. Really relaxing actually, and I don't usually get many of those. It's been a good day. I've been getting some work done, thinking about the summer, because you're always trying to think a few months ahead doing this, because you've got to make sure you've got your content and stuff. Phenomenal Empire said Rashford is the danger man for Manchester United. Take a sneaky look at your WhatsApp. Okay. She says, this is me reading it out. My wife's actually writing in there, in the fucking chat, in the stream, take a look at your WhatsApp sneakily, like nobody else can see the fucking message. I mean, this is the genius that I'm married to. What have we got? Okay, so, So she sent me an image. Sorry, this is happening in real time here. Night Run is back for 2019. Join us on Sunday, April the 28th at 9 PM for a 10k like no other. This year, we're delighted to announce the support for Sean Cox Rehabilitation Trust as your official charity partner. €5 of every entry will be going straight to Sean. It won't be long until we're back hitting the streets of Dublin at night. There you go. So the Night Run in Dublin 2019 is supporting Sean Cox Rehabilitation Fund this year. So thank you to my beautiful wife for sending that to me to read out. And of course, what a charity, brilliant. This is great. The more people that are helping Sean Cox and his family, the better. So well done to them. Thank you, as I said, to my wife for sending it in. Sorry, there's more stuff, so I'm just trying to read it out. Okay, where is it? Entry fees €35 plus €2.50 processed, and €5 from each entry will be going to the Sean Cox Rehabilitation Trust. So yeah, there you go. Well done on that one. Thank you for my wife for letting me know. And yeah, brilliant. The more people, the more things that can support Sean Cox, the better. What else we got? It's going to be a repeat with Shaqiri coming off the bench to score to win the match, said Toasted Bread 2. What happened to Toasted Bread 1? As soon as I read that name, mate, I wanted to know what happened to Toasted Bread 1. Were you bold? Did you get banned? Did something happen? If you've seen the Stoke kit for tomorrow, respect food banks, it looks good. I haven't. I'm embarrassed to say, mate, I haven't. I did see that wonderful kit that was it Macclesfield? No, God, who was it? Altrincham. Altrincham had a wonderful kit supporting LGBT rights and against homophobia in football and stuff, which was beautiful. And they wore that against Bradford FC or something a few weeks back. So yeah, I've seen that one, but I haven't seen this one. But supporting food banks is a wonderful cause, and well done to them for that. Marshall and Lingard were always going to play most crap mind games ever. Ole said. Crosby read. I always thought they were going to play as well. Will we see Mark Goldbridge on the show? On this show? Yes, on Monday. Mark will be coming on here. He's been kind enough to give us his time to come on for a reaction on Monday. So the game's on Sunday, obviously, but we'll have a reaction show then on the Monday night. I think we'll be going live. We'll be doing a separate stream for that one with Mark, and then we'll have the usual late night. I think about 9 o'clock on Monday. So make sure you've got your notifications on. Win, lose or draw, we'll be having the show, and I'm looking forward to catching up with Mark again, and hopefully it's after a Liverpool win for us, obviously, but I know he's definitely more confident than he was the last time, and you can understand why. Do you think who do you think will get 4th position this season? Said Corey. United. And I think they'll get it comfortably, Corey. I think they'll probably finish up 4 or 5 points ahead of maybe Arsenal in 5th, but I think it will be United. I don't like saying that, but I'm being honest. Boya said, if I had to have a 3-man midfield from Liverpool, United would be Herrera, Fabinho, Pogba. I'd have Gini personally, mate, over Herrera, but I think Pogba will be in there as well. I can't argue over that one. Not the form he's in. Agunzi said, what's good, AA? I'm quite confident of this game. United haven't shown me anything to be scared of. I've only beaten minnows. Got showed up by both Spurs and PSG, even though they should have. They beat Spurs, though. They beat Spurs. Oh, but you said they should have been spanked by them. Sorry. Oh, Adam, I did read that, mate. Adam Parks. I was just going to get on to that now. It's the last thing that I took down in my notes before the show started. Strap yourself in, guys, because you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. Somebody's been on the wacky or something, because ex-Manchester United centre-back Nemanja Vidic has controversially insisted that he would not take Liverpool centre-back Virgil van Dijk over any of the current defenders at Old Trafford. I'm going to say that again. Nemanja Vidic has said that he would not take Virgil van Dijk over any of the current defenders at Old Trafford. So, it seems Nemanja Vidic is after graduating from the Richard Keys Paul Merson University of Stupid Bleeding Comments. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a wind-up until I actually clicked in and read it. How on earth, even with the most biased Manchester United glasses on, could you tell us that Virgil van Dijk would not get into that Manchester United defence? That is one of the most embarrassing comments you're going to see from an ex-pro in a very, very long time. It's ridiculous. And I'm sure most rational Manchester United fans, if there's any in the chat, I'm sure you will agree that whatever you think about Liverpool players, Virgil van Dijk gets into that Manchester United defence and gets in quite easily. I would go as far as to say it would be the first damn name in that team sheet in the Manchester United defence if he was an option for them. Couldn't believe it, Adam. I could not believe it, mate, when I seen that. And I said I only read it about 15 minutes before I came on. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to respond on that one, but while you're getting your laugh emojis ready, I'm going to read out a few more comments. Yusuf said, Craig, thoughts on Chelsea versus City in the Carabao Cup final? Well, look, I don't think it's going to be another 6-0, Yusuf, but I think it will be a Manchester City victory. My wife has put it in there. You can sign up at www.nightrun.ie if you're looking to sign up for that in Dublin. She doesn't know how to put proper links into here, though. She doesn't know that you need to www.http:// in front of the nightrun.ie. But look, she's trying her best. God love her. Okay, where else have we got? I'm waiting for the laugh emojis. Oh, here they come. Who is he on crack? Said Claire Dean. Yeah, Vidic. Imagine that. I mean, he's probably still dizzy from all the times Torres ran around him. Vidic be crazy, said Alkin. What a genius Vidic is. Jones is better than VVD. Obviously, I mean, silly us, boy, silly us. Salah will score this match because he's never scored against United and he's desperate to score, said Sam. I hope so, buddy, I really do. It would be nice again to tick that one off his list. Runa said, you're doing a great job. My best friend being a Liverpool supporter for 30 plus years. Respect that. He's a bit cocky since I'm a Villa fan. I've been a Villa fan for 40 years. Demand respect for that. You've got my respect, mate. You've got my respect without a shadow of a doubt. And I hope the rest of the season goes well for you. I hope you can get into the playoffs and see what happens from there. I mean, Aston Villa's a massive club. All joking aside, no banter. They are a massive club. Paul Merson said YouTube. The same Vidic who had his pants pulled down by Torres for fun. Sour grapes, said Simon Kendrick. First thing that came into my head, Simon, when I read that comment is, fuck off. Torres made a show of you, mate. Shut up. I don't think Ole will get the job. I still think Zidane will get it in the summer. Ole is simply not experienced enough, said the Irish beard. The thing about maybe giving the job to the likes of Zidane would be he would want a good whack of money. And look, we know United aren't short of a few bob, but as well as they're doing and as good as they've been, there's still a bit of a rebuilding job to be done there. So, and there will be a director of football coming in as well. So the director of football is the safeguard for me, because as I was saying yesterday, if you've got a director of football there and somebody you can trust, somebody who carries out the philosophy of the way the club want to play, takes care of the transfers and stuff like that, it's much easier to drop in a manager or a coach, I should say, and have him take care of the first team. And if that coach doesn't work out, then the transition's a lot easier to bring somebody else in, because you still have that fluidity at the club, you still have that familiarity of the director of football, and that I think United are looking to do it that way. But you know, that's just my little opinion on it. Vidic is a bell end, said Papa. No argument here. On that, I mean, just on that comment, I don't know Vidic as a person. Remember that grey kit used at Old Trafford in 2009? We won 4-1. Let's use the same again. I'm hoping we do go with the grey one, Alex, the one we currently use. Vidic has had his cereal spiked, obviously, with a comment like that. He'd rather Phil Jones over the best centre-back in the world. Smalling is better than VVD. Yeah, of course he is. Good man. Yeah, that's okay. Smalling's better than BVD. I've lost all interest in that comment now. Which kit are you going to use? I don't know. I actually don't know. Will it be the purple one? Will it be the grey one? I'm not sure. I still think Fury was robbed. 100%, Charlie. Tyson Fury was robbed. He won that fight, and he won that fight quite comfortably. There's the laugh emojis from Will Robinson. Good man, not letting me down. So confident for Sunday, said Angus Court. My wife said I'm not very good at links. You know this. Well, look, I didn't want to run you down, darling. You know, on a live stream. Craig, the Manchester Derby new date is the 24th of April at 7:30. Actually, on that, I do have some information. So Sky released the television dates for the rest of, well, pretty much the rest of the season, right down to the end of April. And I'm going to go through Liverpool's games now for everybody, so you can jot them down or you can watch this back. There's been a couple of them changed, but on Sunday, obviously, United Liverpool 2:15 or 2:05 p.m. I should say, excuse me. March the 3rd, Everton versus Liverpool, 4:15 p.m. kickoff. These are all televised games, by the way. March the 17th, Fulham versus Liverpool, again Sunday 2:15 p.m. March the 31st, Liverpool versus Spurs at Anfield, Sunday 4:30 p.m. kickoff. April the 5th, Southampton versus Liverpool, 8 p.m. Now, on this one, this is a Friday night kickoff. That's Southampton versus Liverpool, and Liverpool FC is offering free coach travel to help supporters who'll be attending the Reds Premier League fixture away against Southampton on Friday, April the 5th. So if anybody is travelling to that game via the club or with the club will provide free coaches to supporters travelling to St Mary's, with fans being asked to pay a reservation fee of £5 per seat. All proceeds received will go to the Sean Cox appeal to help raise vital funds to support Sean's rehabilitation. So again, the coach is free, but what the club are asking is just to secure places, people pay a £5 reservation fee, and every penny of that will be going to aid Sean Cox rehabilitation. So a nice classy move from the club. Friday night kickoff, a pain in the arse for fans if they had to travel down there and try and get all the way back from Southampton. So well done to the club on that one. Well done to the way they've gone about it as well, with the £5 for the Sean Cox Foundation. That's just a win-win all around there. So as I said, well done to the club. There's a couple more fixtures to go. April the 15th, Liverpool versus Chelsea, 4:30 p.m. Sunday. Now, this one could be subject to movement depending on Champions League participation for the Reds. April the 21st, Cardiff versus Liverpool, Sunday 4 p.m. kickoff. And finally, April the 26th, Liverpool versus Huddersfield, again Friday night, I believe, 8 p.m. I could be wrong on the day on that one, but it's April the 26th. You can check that one for yourself. And that's another game that's subject to possible movement depending on Champions League participation. Now, some people are probably wondering why the fuck I'm saying about possible movement because of Champions League participation. Well, I've been stung by this a few times myself. If you're not in the UK, or even if you are in a different part of the UK and you've got to travel to the game, you need train tickets, or you're coming from Europe or Ireland, America, wherever the hell you might be travelling from, and you need to book flights. Well, look, if these games are moved, it's going to affect your travel, isn't it? It's going to affect your trip. So the two games to look out for there: Liverpool versus Chelsea, April the 15th, and Liverpool versus Huddersfield, April the 26th. Both possibly moved if the Reds progress in the Champions League. So just keep that in mind anyway. And they're just the ones off Sky, by the way. I'm not sure what BT's fixtures or schedules are, so maybe check that one out. Another shout, guys, if you're watching, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Help us on that road to 10k. We're 1 year old on... God, I feel terrible now that I don't remember this. It's the 10th, 11th or 12th of March. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the channel is 1 year old then. And how lovely would it be if we could hit 10,000 subscribers before the channel's a year old. So look, if you're watching, please do hit that button and drop a like on the stream. And let others know. Let other people know as well about our little channel over here. Sky pundits hate Arsenal. Paul Merson said Arsenal will get thrashed at home against Liverpool. So a so-called Arsenal legend said Phenomenal Empire. He's predicted United to beat us 2-1 this weekend as well. So, you know, you can take it to the bank that Liverpool are getting something out of this game if Merson's predicting a United win. Oh yeah, and as well, AJ Hendry said something that's absolutely true. Paul Merson did his combined teams and he had Luke Shaw over Andy Robertson. So there you go. Dog said Vidic should retire from being a pundit after that. United fans are way too cocky. They said they beat PSG, now they're saying they'll beat Liverpool. You've got to allow them to be cocky though. I mean, we should all be cocky supporting our own team. What's a Villa? Said LFC or Leicester City FC by you. Dick Van Dijk would get into the United defence, said Luke Skywalker. That's a good comment, mate. Well in. Craig, do you think this is the hardest game for the rest of the season? Yes, 100% yes. Aidan, I do. Look, Spurs travelling to Anfield isn't going to be easy. Liverpool Chelsea is not going to be easy. But yes, I would say this is the most difficult one for me. Brian's telling my wife I'm being very cheeky tonight, mate. She knows me by now. She knows what a cheeky me is. United have Jones, they don't need him. The biggest freezer I ever saw in the Liverpool Manc match, God help him. Oh, Vidic, yeah, sorry, I was wondering what that was about. Crosby Jones said, we will not play on April 15th. Backing us to get through, I like it. Liverpool Chelsea was supposed to be April the 13th. It seems it's been moved now to the 15th, but as Crosby Red said, we're going to qualify. We're going to beat Bayern, so we won't be playing. Who do you think is the harder fixtures, City or Liverpool? I think they're very, very similar, Aidan. Honestly, I don't think there's much in them, and that actually makes me happy because they've got to go to Old Trafford as well. Don't they have a game? Was it Spurs or somebody? Maybe they have to play as well. And I think maybe a couple more tricky away fixtures, but I think it's 50-50. I don't think anybody has a real advantage. I think the only advantage really lies with the fact that we probably have less games to play. Why is Fergie going to take the team talk? I have no idea if he is the cop father. Is he? I have no idea. I'm a United fan. I think it will. Think what will, mate? Oh, be a great game. Sorry. Yeah, well, it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm very much looking forward to it. What's everybody's thoughts on the score, by the way, for the game? I've said all week I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, but much like Nazreen, like a 2-2 wouldn't be out of the question either. Virgil is by far the best centre-back in the Premier League. Said, is it Rune or Rune, mate? Excuse me if I've mispronounced. What's your honest prediction for Sunday? I've literally just done that. There you go. I'm a mind reader, F, and I got it out before you even asked. Riley's a United fan. Obviously, welcome to the channel, mate. Love to know your thoughts on the game on Sunday. With the Clapham door has been a thing for a very long time, Jack. That's been a joke for Liverpool fans, mate, since he joined the club, basically. There's even videos about the Clapham door. Who saw what Adrian Durham said? Rashford is better than any of Liverpool's front three. Look, I'm not going to belittle Marcus Rashford, because Marcus Rashford is a very, very talented footballer. But come on. Mo Salah is better than Marcus Rashford. We can take form. If you want to say Marcus Rashford scoring goals at the minute, great. Mo Salah is better than Marcus Rashford. I mean, that's straightforward. But you can make arguments over everybody else, but to say he's better than any of our front three is just a dick comment to make. But look, sometimes people say this shit, don't they? They just want to be recognised. They want to be in the media. They want to get their face out there. Mr. Double Initials is a fucker for doing that, isn't he? United fans here, I think it's going to be a good game, said Football J Lings. It is. It's going to be a belter, mate. I'm very much looking forward to this. And you can make an argument for United winning, and it will be a good argument. I can make an argument for Liverpool winning. Again, it will be a solid argument. That's what makes it so intriguing. There's a lot on it for us, though. But then again, there's a bit on it for United as well. Where's this one? The next 3 games draws, Martin Sheridan said. 2-1 to United, Lee Newman's gone for. Charlene's gone 3-1 to us. Riley's gone 2-1 to United. Liverpool fan 9, 2-1 to us. Ted Hutton 3-2. Angus Court 3-2 to Liverpool. United fan here, I think it's going to be a good game. We got Watford home and Everton home and Burnley. Well, we're beating Watford, we're smashing Everton, and we'll beat Burnley as well. Let's go balls out here in Midnight Football. Why not? Crosby Red said Hillsborough anniversary is April 15th. We haven't played on April 15th since. Well, scheduled. Crosby Red from Sky, unless I've read that wrong. So maybe double check that. Go on to Sky Sports if you want there and just check, because they do have the fixtures listed. But the only thing it seems to show movement on that is Champions League participation. But as I said, I could be wrong on that, so please do feel free to check it out. Joshua Hoy's gone 2-1, Liverpool winning with Firmino and VVD scoring. Harry Mohammed said 2-1, United fan here. Welcome to the show, mate. Rooney's gone for a 2-2 draw. Craig Weston 2-0 to I was going to say to the Reds, but that might confuse people. To our Reds with Salah and Firmino scoring. O-Dog says my heart says 2-1 Liverpool. My head says 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw as well for Alkin. 2-2 draw for Evan 15. Jamin said Liverpool 2, United 1, Mane, Genie and Rashford for United. 3-2 to Pool, 25-1 on Boyles. Get in, said Dave Kelzer. Liam Granby said this is as much of a must win for them as it is for us. Sky keep going on about the fact they can fuck our title chances, but at the same time we can fuck their top 4 chances. They've also kindly keep forgetting the fact that Manchester City have to go to Old Trafford as well. They love saying this is our game in hand. They love saying that, but they neglect to say that Manchester City have to travel up there as well. 3-0 for Liam Granby. Mane, Bobby and Mo. Bjorn Ironside's gone 3-1 to Liverpool. Midnight Football 2-1 to Liverpool. Football J-Link said I think United will win because if we lose Arsenal will go above us. Do you think if you win one title you will win lots, said Nazreen. I don't want to be so bold and say lots, but I think it will certainly make it a lot easier for us to win more titles going forward, mate, because let's be honest, it's 29 years. It's too long for a club like Liverpool to have not won a top level title, and it's tough. I'm not gonna. There is extra pressure on us, and I think it's probably the reason why we didn't take the 2 domestic cups so seriously, because when we're in the position that we are, you got to try everything to get over that line, mate. So I think it will make it easier. Inside I'm going yes, lots more titles, but I don't want to come across as arrogant, but yeah, definitely going to make it easier. I'd love for Liverpool to win this game, but it seems too good to be true, said Yusuf Farah. Brian Morrissey's gone balls out. He said fuck it, 4-2 to Liverpool and we march on to the fucking league title. Again, don't come at me for all this language. I'm reading no comments. No more nerves, just blast every fucker out of the way. They want our points, not gonna happen. Strap in, Old Trafford. Who's the banter club, Chelsea or Arsenal? It's got to be Arsenal. It's got to be. At least Chelsea can point to the fact, you know, they've won Premier Leagues and a European Cup. It has to be Arsenal, Evan, surely. Trent free kick, 1-0 to the Reds, said AJ Hendry. You heard it here first. Jimmy W's gone 4-2 to us. Let me see, I don't think I've missed many more. Midnight Football, Shaqiri to score, Salah to score, 3-1 to us. And Richard Brown's gone 2-1 to United. Fibble 111, 2-0 to Liverpool, Salah and VVD. And how do you feel in 2014? Come on, the Reds. Liam reckons we win number 19 will kick us on to the next level. Fact. Arsenal fans not happy. Seems like 10 years. Oh, actually, you had me thinking about Arsenal, had me thinking about Stan Kroenke. Stan Kroenke has me thinking about the NFL. The NFL has me thinking about Mr. What's the guy's name that owns the Patriots? Mr. Robert Kraft. Have you guys seen this story? Again, it's only been breaking over the last few hours. So Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots and a man who was linked to try to buy Liverpool Football Club years ago, has been prosecuted or is being prosecuted on 2 counts of soliciting prostitution. So basically there was a sting operation ran in Florida in a massage parlour, and there's been video, or there is a video the police have or something, of Robert Kraft in the massage parlour having an act performed on him, I believe. So there you go. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Very embarrassing. What gets me about all of this, I know it's a little bit off topic, but you know what, fuck it, it's Friday night, let's have a bit of fun. What gets me about this is the massage parlour in question, and I don't know why the police did this, by the way, but in their press statement they said, yada yada, Robert Kraft, yada yada yada, and then they went on to say, in the massage parlour, it's $59 for half an hour, or $79 for an hour. What the fuck? Why did they need to release that out? Like, are they promoting the massage parlour or something? The police actually said 59 quid for a half an hour, $79 for an hour. I mean, you couldn't make that shit up. You couldn't make it up. So how scabby is Robert Kraft? How scabby do you have to be if you're a multi-billionaire, I believe, and you're spending fucking $59 or $79 to get yourself sorted out? You miserable fucker. You absolute miserable fucker. I mean, if ever this wasn't a time to say, have a wank, treat yourself, I don't know what is. I mean, as soon as I heard that story, came into my head straight away, oh, Mr. Kraft, what have you done? Have a wank, treat yourself. People might not get that, by the way. People might not get that little bit of a joke, but I said that on a stream a while ago, and people keep reminding me I've said it ever since. He'll pay a fine, nothing will happen. Oh, absolutely, nothing's going to happen. I get that. It's the embarrassment more than anything else that makes this so funny. I don't think criminally anything will be done. But on a serious note, and I have to stress that this side of what I'm about to say has absolutely nothing to do with Robert Kraft. Nothing. Police are investigating the massage parlour in question because they believe that there's human trafficking going on there. And that's a very serious thing that we absolutely should not be joking about in any way, shape or form. And I hope that the police arrest anybody guilty of any offences around that issue. I have to say that's a very, very serious issue and not one that I want to take lightly in any way, shape or form. But I'm happy to take the piss out of Robert Kraft in this situation. I'm absolutely happy to do that. Kraft is a pervy old git, said Charlene. Is that a little bit of saltiness now, Charlene, because you're a Raiders fan? Tell the truth. You deserved the title at last, 29 years before the Premier League, I know. And people like to remind us of that, Mr. Christopherson. Or it could be Miss, excuse me, I don't know if it's male or female. If it's isn't the right way, I mean excuse me, I'm being very rude. Was it a happy ending, said Kev? I'd imagine so, but not now. Hope he left a tip, said Sean. You'd imagine he would, wouldn't you? $79, Kev's gone for the full hour anyway, $79. All the money in the world you have to pay for it. Pathetic, said Des. Exactly, mate. And even when he is paying for it, no high class escorts to him. No. $79 for an hour. Police on commission, said Bernadette. That's a belter. They'll be putting out links next, Bernadette. For your discount, click on this link and the police get a few bob. That's a joke, obviously. No need to come at me, American government. Don't arrest me. I want to live in your beautiful country someday. What else have we got? He'll get Clinton's lawyer, said Papa. Send him a tweet, Craig, said Sean W. Do you know what though? On a serious note, how many times have I bigged up their Spiegel on this show? I think they should come and sponsor us, don't you? I mean, how great would this be? Welcome to the Late Night Agenda, sponsored by their Spiegel. I mean, it just rings, just rolls off the tongue. If Liverpool win nothing this season, surely Klopp has to go. No, not a fucking chance. Liverpool aren't sacking Klopp this season. And I'm not sure, Archie, if you're a Liverpool fan or not. But either way, it's not happening. Did any of you hear about the Rangers pub in Benidorm that was petrol bombed? I did not, mate. No, I did not. But that was disgusting. I hope nobody was hurt, first of all. But sickening, absolutely sickening. Jose said, hopefully 9k by Monday, boys and girls. It would be great. What if we got 180 subscribers left till we hit 9k? So yeah, it would be amazing to get there by Monday. Ray donation, said Char. Have you seen that Adrian Rabiot has sacked his agent? Yeah, somebody mentioned it last night, Jack. It might have been yourself, buddy. I'm not sure. Interesting stuff. Okay, somebody else there. Poor old Kraft, poor bastard is broke from paying Tom Brady. Not an embarrassment. Celebrities get away with all kinds in the US. I mean, it is a fucking embarrassment, to be fair. It's embarrassment to know how much of a cheapskate he is, if nothing else, mate. Was it hard seeing United win it like nearly every year? Of course it was difficult, Nazarene, of course. There's a begrudging respect there, of course, towards Manchester United. But yeah, damn right it was tough. Just as it must have been for United fans in the 70s and 80s when we were dominating. But football is cyclical, and maybe our time is coming back around. I certainly hope so. Will you twerk around the room if we win Sunday? Maybe. Never say never, Martin. Never. How does that work though? I mean, if I'm twerking around the room and I'm going full on stripper mode, does that mean, like, because nobody can give me ones or throw, you know, notes at me, does that mean super chats are my kind of tips if I go twerking on Sunday? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get back down to your comments. Hi Craig, up the Reds. We've been written off by the media. They love Man United. Fuck them, Chris. Fuck them. Honestly. You know my thoughts on mainstream media at this point. Fuck them. You know, JTSW_04, mate. It's not a fucking raid if you're the only one in here. It's a raid if there's a group of you, mate. You coming in constantly saying glory, glory, Man United and United raid just makes you look like a sad bastard. So, there's just a bit of advice from me to you, buddy. United raid, it's me, and I'm posting a lot. Go me, go Team Awesome. You're high-fiving yourself and all, mate. I bet you at home now. Origi or Sturridge? Sturridge, without a shadow of a doubt. My wife said she doesn't need to see me twerk. I mean, that's the fucking level of love you get in this house. Do you know what I'm saying? And you wonder why I'm on here every night. Chelsea changed managers to win trophies. Klopp would have been 4 years been trophyless. And what, Archie? And what? I don't get your point, mate. Chelsea players pack up when they get bored or when the manager gives out to them and they moan like little bitches. Klopp is building something. Klopp came in when this club was, I won't say on its knees, but we weren't in a great place. Every single season there's been progression. Our squad is getting better. We're in the Champions League constantly. The club is doing record numbers financially. We've got the strongest squad we've had in many years. And none of us want that to be fucked up. And I don't give a fuck about Chelsea, in all honesty, mate, because they're a plastic club. The players have too much power. It's going down the shitter. And Jurgen Klopp is here to set Liverpool up for long-term, sustainable success. And he's not going to be undermined from the outside by anybody, because we fucking love Jurgen Klopp here. Pass and move, it's the Liverpool groove, said Charlene. Respect what you're doing, Craig. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Brad. That's really kind of you, mate. Welcome to the show. I'd like to see ferry traffic to a side. That's very rude. That's a bit rude now. Come on. Oh, Kev wants me to twerk. He sent in a super chat. Hang on, Kev, till I get me top off. Hang on. What do you have against taking a Manx money? What do I have against taking a Manx? Nothing. Well, why? Where? Who's the Manx that's trying to give me money? Here, my hand's out. I'll take it. No idea what that means. Craig's time to stand up now. Need goals from the front three this week. What do you think? Mo, I'd love to see Mo score, Chris. I'd love to see Naby score, but I have to be honest, Chris, mate. If we left here with a point on Sunday, I'm not happy enough with that. Can we win? Absolutely. But we can also lose, so I want to go back on top of the league. This weekend has to end with Liverpool back on top of the Premier League table, and then we push on from there. See, the wife's like, only joking, darling. Plenty of junk in that trunk for you to shake around. Actually, as my wife knows, I don't have an ass. I'm like the flattest. Not that anybody needs to know this shit, by the way. But yeah, I got moves. Damn right, I got moves. Or maybe one move, but there's a move there somewhere. What's this? Cuba said, Cuba Nutella, that's a class name. I think you should play an attacking 4. Salah, Firmino attacking mid, Mane left and Shaqiri right. I don't know if we're going to play Shaqiri. That would be... I don't know if somebody suggests that there's something going on with Klopp and Shaqiri. I don't know, but I would see Keita ahead of, even if we're looking to play in the front foot. October again, look, the dollar bills are coming in now. Everybody wants Craig to twerk, but it's not happening. Going for 0-0 on Sunday. Oh god, man, I'd be amazed if this one ends up 0-0. Of all the times we play United, this one would be... Yeah, this one doesn't scream 0-0 to me. But you know what? I didn't think the game against Manchester City at Anfield would end up a boring ass draw either. How do you think Klopp has pumped the boys up? As long as Gerrard doesn't come on and give a team talk, we should be fine. I don't know if he will have them pumped up or if he'll have them focused. I think focused is the way to go into this game. You'd assume that they'd automatically be full of adrenaline going into it. It's about managing them and managing how and when they use their energy and when they press to make sure they're doing it at the right time and to make sure they're composed, to make sure that they don't pick up silly yellow cards early on. And that's the differences here. I'm hoping, again, Jay, but I could be just, you know, being my usual over-optimistic self. I have a bit of a problem. Don't especially like Man United, but as a Norwegian, I like Ole. That's understandable, mate. He's a compatriot. I absolutely get it. I love Klopp's teeth. They're hypnotic, said Steve Brown. There must be something. We're sure, mate, that there's something in Liverpool players' contracts that when they arrive at the club, they get the keys to their property or whatever. They get their wages. They get a list of shops and that they should go to, and then they get a voucher to go with their teeth whitened or get a new set of gnashers, because it happens a lot. Chelsea can shove their bought trophies up their ass. I love the fact that they've a transfer ban as well, said LFC_5. Buy Hazard. I don't want them. I despise Eden Hazard Martin. Why would I want a player at Liverpool that when he gets fed up just downs tools and doesn't want to play? And we'll just push aside the fact that he's a fucking fraud as well, and that he only shows up like, what, 6 games a season, 7 at the most, and they're usually against the shittier teams. So yeah, they can keep Eden Hazard, for me anyway. Who do you think has a better chance in the Europa, Arsenal or Chelsea? Chelsea, and here's why. As bad as they are at the minute, I think if Chelsea are on it and if everybody is together and pulling in one direction, they're a more solid team than Arsenal. I think that they can keep teams out easier and pick a goal here or there. Yeah, so I go with it at Chelsea, but I don't see either of the English teams winning the Europa this year personally. Which one of the front 3 leaves first? I don't want to think about any of them leaving, but I'm going to try and answer your question. Mane. If I had a guess, I don't want them to leave. I want them all to be here for the next 5 years, but if I had to guess, I'd say Mane. Hey Craig, I'm here from the United stand. Respect what you're doing, but I hope you lose Sunday. That's alright, pal. I wouldn't respect you as a United fan if you didn't say that, and of course you'd expect me to say the very same. But welcome over, Aniston. Thank you very much for your comment. Elite Martial said Klopp on Firmino's form. It's one of those things, you know that bottle of ketchup when it never comes out, but when it suddenly does, there's loads. I think he's a very good player. That's a belter of a comment. Bottle of ketchup. I mean, you've won me over if you're talking about bottles of ketchup. That's sound. Okay, some more comments. Actually, let me just check my notes, see if there's a few bits and pieces. We've got about half an hour left, guys, on tonight's stream. So if you're in and you're enjoying it and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that button. And of course, don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Connor's promising if someone donates $1,000, I'll do a strip tease. But then I'll have to pay for, you know, someone's screen gets broke when they throw it at the wall when they see me in my nudie. What else have we got? Done that. Yeah, all my notes are good. Cool, I can go through all the comments. John Hamilton said Poole versus Bayern had anything other than 0-0 written all over it. It did, mate, you're right. I would have never ever thought that game was going to end 0-0. What's your score prediction, said Manchester United fan 040. 1-1, buddy. 1-1 for me. But I'd love to know yours. We're making a big statement on Sunday. The players will be pissed off after Tuesday night wasn't the best, so they're going to come out and put that right, said Liam. Mohammed Haroon said Ferguson was trophyless for his first 5 years, so United fans should shut up about Klopp not winning a trophy in 4. Exactly, and he was very close to being sacked as well. A lot of people believe that an FA Cup run saved his ass, so yeah, it's a good point, mate, and well put. Robert Kraft should donate 1 million for Craig the striptease and lap dance. He'd love that. I mean, I'd even give him a voucher for 5, Charlene, if he's donating 1 million. Craig, do you think Naby will get the third midfield spot? Big decision for Klopp. I reckon Hendo or Milner, mate, but Fabinho and Gini. I agree. Fabinho and Gini have to be the first 2 names in that midfield. And the next one, I can see an argument for anyone. I'd go with Keita, but I can completely understand somebody going with Jimmy Milner or Jordan Henderson. It's so tough. So tough having 5 players going into 3 positions when 2 of them already seem to be gone because Gini Wijnaldum and Fabinho are just in excellent form. Sam said Klopp will hopefully drill a focused mindset. Every game is as big as each other. Klopp probably ensures the game is controlled and calm, knowing we're the better team. I can't wait for it. I mean, all these comments that I read out is just getting me more and more excited for this game. And Sam, mate, just to reiterate, put last night behind us, buddy. Let's just move on. If it was something was lost in communication either way, buddy, it's done. When the stream's over, everything's put to bed and we look to another day. You mentioned a couple of months ago you're planning to change your logo. What happened? It's in the works. It's in the works, mate. These things aren't an overnight thing, believe it or not. And sometimes a logo change can look simple, but you've got to look at a few options. You've got to test them with a few things. You've got to look at them from regards of merchandise. You've got to look at them to be rendered to go on different sites. And there's actually a lot goes into making these decisions. I know, it sounds mad, but it is in the works, don't worry. Milner's better than Keita. Naby's been a flop. Fuck you. Naby hasn't been a flop. Yeah, double fuck you. Anybody who comes in here talking about Naby Keita being a flop can suck my nuts because it's absolute bollocks. He's settling into the league. He's getting better and better as the games go by. And anybody who says otherwise is just kidding themselves. Chelsea are finished now after everything that came out today, said Liam. I wonder, as I said earlier, Liam, will they appeal this? And that appeal will give them enough time to buy a shitload of people in the next window before the ban kicks in. Yes, City did get caught, Sean. I spoke about it earlier on. I'll just go back over it in case anybody was late in. Where is this gone? That one. Yes, so Der Spiegel have reported that Manchester City have broken FIFA rules regarding the transfer of Jadon Sancho from Watford back in 2015. The claim is that Manchester City paid £250,000 to an agent acting on behalf of Sancho when the rules state that players under 16 years of age shouldn't have agents or representative. At the time, Sancho was only 14. Manchester City are refusing to comment on it, and they're hiding behind a whole "we refuse to comment on shit that's being gotten illegally" defence, which they've used with other stuff from Der Spiegel. So basically what's happened, or what's alleged to have happened, is Jadon Sancho, the transfer was done, no problem with the actual signing of the player in that sense, but it's believed £250,000 was paid to an agent or representative acting on behalf of Sancho, who was 14 at the time, whereas any player under 16 isn't allowed to have an agent. But Manchester City allegedly put this payment down as this person being employed as a scout, I think for South America or something like that. I think it's very telling that Manchester City, during all of their Spiegel allegations, have refused to comment on anything other than say that they're not commenting on stuff that has come from basically a dodgy source or that has been gotten illegally. No denial of anything, which I think is telling personally. And look, whatever they whatever they do or don't get away with it, they know and we know and everybody in world football knows that they're up to something. Exactly what they're up to and what can be proven, well, that's another day's conversation. Salah has to step up if he wants to be classed as a big name player like Aguero. I don't know, mate. I mean, I don't give a shit about him being compared to Aguero personally, Jay. And you know I love you, mate. I'm not having a go at you, but Why do we care? Salah needs to score, we need to win the league, and it's not about individual accolades. It's about Liverpool. It's about Liverpool as a club. And all these players, they'll come and they'll go. They're all transient employees of a football club. We'll love them, we'll hate them, they'll whatever. But at the end of the day, it's about Liverpool. It's about the club. It's about the badge. It's about winning number 19. It's not about individual things. And I think sometimes we need to remember that. I know people are fans of individual players, and that's cool. We all love specific players, but yeah, it's about winning the league, man. It's about the club. Yeah, please somebody do boot that gobshite out, will you? Somebody said there, can you boot out this Archie troll? He is a gobshite. If I see another comment, I'll boot him out. I can't find him at the minute. I'm sure somebody will be able to boot him out for me. October said, sell Qaeda, fuck you. New merchandise idea. Craig, if you could choose one of De Ligt, Mbappe or Ndombele, oh, that's a tough one. Well, you can rule out the last one because it would be between De Ligt and Mbappe. I go with Mbappe, Nazreen, because I love a goal scorer and I love an attacking player. But yeah, I love both of those. De Ligt, you know what? De Ligt's actually achievable for somebody because he's probably going to be available at the end of the season. A lot of rumours linking up to Barcelona, of course, PSG, Manchester City, and other top European clubs. But yeah, I love him. I'd absolutely love him, as would everybody else. Imagine having the Dutch centre-back pairing as our centre-backs. Virgil van Dijk and Matthias de Ligt would be beautiful. But yeah, Kylian Mbappe is my dream signing. I wouldn't mind Marco Verratti either. I've noticed a lot of Leicester fans hate Keita, not sure why, but it's a bit random. Oh, I did not know that, Louis. I didn't know that, and I'd love to know why as well. Maybe Boya can tell us if he's still in the chat. Hey Craig, what about the Euro Millions winners from Dublin? Surely worth an L subscription to the site. I did hear about that. My wife told me about that. A family won the Euro Millions from Dublin, so well done to them. Like, when I say a family, I mean an extended group of family. October has put the link into the Anfield Agenda Twitter page there if anybody wants to go over and subscribe. Just like Instagram, it's really straightforward. If you're searching, it's just at Anfield Agenda. And look, we're heading towards 10k on here. We're heading towards 30k on Twitter. So again, head over there, give us a follow. But most importantly on here, guys, do hit that subscribe button. Every single one of your subscriptions count, and I look at the tally a lot because I'm really hoping to get to that 10k. The next stop is 9,000, and it's less than 180 away. I prefer if the Premier League was mostly English players, as it's an English Premier League. I understand your point. It's a little, I won't call it xenophobic because I think that's a bit unfair, but like every league now, Brad, mate, it's multicultural. There's players from all over the world playing in every league. You saying you're anxious? Me? Steve, about what? There has to be a transfer ban for the future, said Sean W. I want the fuckers relegated, if I'm being honest, Sean. that's how much I despise that club. Craig, do you think Man United will play a high press from the start? I don't know if they'll play a high press, but I know that they will probably come with a high tempo. It's all guesswork, but the more I talk, the more I read your comments. Honestly, I wish you could feel what my insides feel like. That sounds a bit weird, but with regard to the anxiety, the nervousness, the anticipation, the happiness, the pride, everything that I'm currently feeling towards this game at the weekend. Ollie's at the wheel, can't wait for a game versus Liverpool. So Manchester United fan, 040. Just read on Sky, VVD doesn't get the United side. What do you think, Craig? Yeah, it was that gobshite Vidic that said that. I mean, how could you come out with that? Virgil van Dijk doesn't get in the United side ahead of any of their defenders. Alright, good man. What else we got? I think it's just a rival fan thing, just Leicester, but when rival fans hate on Keita, they go in hard most of the time. Love to see Henderson nail Pogba early, get in their head, said Sean W. Some more comments. I just smashed the like button, said Smut Beers. Thank you very much, mate. What do you think the score for Burnley against Spurs? I was trying to think that one through earlier. Is Harry Kane gonna start that game. I think he's back, but do you reckon they'll start him? And it's a 12:15 kickoff, I think, Liam, is it? An early kickoff anyway. They'll probably squeak another win by a goal. Spurs, 2-1, something like that. Kate is going to take that wee bit longer, but I tell you, he's going to be worth the wait, said Martin G. And I agree with you, mate. I've never had a second's doubt that Naby Keita will eventually work out with the club. And that's okay. If he takes this season to get to his best, then so be it. Rod, good morning, with the old cup of coffee and a croissant. How are we, sir? If Liverpool lose on Sunday, will you wear a Man United shirt on Monday? Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I do that, Steve? I'm not getting anything out of this. And where the hell am I going to get a Man United shirt as well? Because thankfully I don't have any close friends that are United fans at this moment in time. So, no, Steve, I wouldn't. If there was something in it, money-wise, a bet for charity or something, that's a whole another ball game. But just for a laugh, for shits and giggles, no. No doubt Henderson will try to stay tight on Pogba, said Nigel Chambers. Do you see him starting, Nigel? That's the interesting conversation that we're having around midfield at the minute. Will Chamberlain be fit for the second leg of the Champions League? I would say no. I'm taking this, kind of reading between the lines of what Hendo said in a recent interview, where it would be great if he plays some minutes this season. Something, I'm paraphrasing there, but it was something along those lines. So I don't think he's going to be ready for 3-4 weeks yet, personally. Vidic is a few too many knocks to the noggin, not thinking clearly, said Sean W. Okay, I've done that one. Try not to skip by comments so I don't miss too many. So excuse me if I haven't read your comment out. I'm trying my best to get through them all. But as I said, one downside to the channel getting a bit more popular is the chat moved more quickly, so it's more difficult to get through them all. Paul Turner, how are you, mate? Great to have you in. Henderson should be on the bench first, said Afik. Good night, October, as well. I've seen somebody else saying good night to you, so I gather you are heading off there. Talk to you soon. I'm the Norwegian with a name you're struggling with. Subscribed at least a month ago. Thank you. Rune, thank you. RK. Can we call you RK? There we go. Thank you, RK. I remember Keita was great against Palace away, said Nasreen. Gonads is in. How are we, pal? Thank you for joining. Paul Merson shouldn't be a pundit. I've officially had enough of that twat. Now he's saying Luke Shaw is better than Robertson. Most United fans admit Robertson's better than Shaw. Even Mark last night was saying that he doesn't feel... He said he'd have Luke Shaw in the United team because he thinks it suits United, but I think he went on to say that he believed Robertson would be a better player. I think that's what he said. I could be wrong though. I think that's what he said. My day has been very good, Ellie. How's yours been? I hope it's been well. Ian Murphy said we're going to teach you a lesson on Sunday. A lesson of what, Ian? What's this lesson you're teaching us, mate? Because I'd love to know. It won't be how to get top of the league this season. It's definitely not going to be that lesson. Is it how to beat Paris Saint-Germain? Because we know that. We've done that. We've ticked that box off this season. Have you done that, Ian? How'd you get on at home against PSG? Did you win? Oh, you lost. Oh, sorry. I'm looking forward to this lesson. I don't care if it comes off Origi's arse in the 98th minute. Just win, said Tabs. Do you think if we win the league, the world of football will have a heart attack, said Chris Winders? I'm weird, mate, in that I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks, Chris. When we win the league, because I'm not saying this season, but whenever it is, when we win the league, I'm only going to be concerned about celebrating with us, mate, with our Liverpool fans, and you and Rod and Charlene and everybody else in the chat here that's a Liverpool fan. I don't give a shit about the outsiders. I don't care if people's heads fall off. I don't care if United go mad. I don't give a shit about City. I only want to celebrate with people I care about and people that have an interest in Liverpool succeeding, because everybody else is just haters. So fuck them. I was thinking I'd take a point, but if it's shit or bust time, I think we've drawn too many games compared to City. Dropping 2 points would be a killer. I don't think it would, go Nance. Again, I can't tell you how to think, buddy, and you are very much entitled to your opinion. But for my own side, I think that a point will put us back on top of the table. It'll tick off that box of another difficult game out of the way. 11 to go after that. And yeah, the tough away games for the season pretty much done. except for obviously that gimme trip to Everton that we have next Sunday. Genie is the man to do a marking job, said Brian Morrissey. What are your opinions on Solskjaer? I don't have many, but I can't deny that he's come in and done a very good job boosting the morale of these Manchester United players and getting them playing a much better brand of football. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say, mate, because, you know, I'm not a United fan. I don't watch United all that much, but you cannot argue with results, and you cannot argue that he's got Manchester United into 4th place when a lot of people, myself included, didn't think they had a sniff of it. So, you know, you've got to give him respect for that. Shaw is better but not on form. Well, no, he isn't. And of course you can say yes he is, and I understand why you'd say that, Ian, and I hope you understand why I'm saying no he isn't. Robertson's the best left back in the league. Not the cheerleader Benjamin Mendy. Look, I like Mendy as well. Mendy's a good left back, but you lost to PSG. Laugh my ass off. Here, dickhead, let me just talk this through to you. At Anfield, because I did say at home, Ian, remember, I know clearly you can't comprehend what I'm saying because, look, I'm not going to go too hard on you. We won 3-2, dickhead. Do you need me to remind you of that? So you can laugh your ass off, but get your facts right, you absolute gobshite. We won 3-2 at home, unlike you clowns who lost 2-0. So if you're going to come at me and try and belittle me or the football club that I love, get your fucking facts right. Other words, you're going to get bitch slapped. Just like you have, mate. So, get your facts right or shut the fuck up. Okay, who else have we got? Someone had a formation comment in there. 4-2-3-1, 4-4-3 against United at Old Trafford. Well, for starters there, 4-4-3 is too many players. Yeah, so it's 4-3-3, buddy. I think you were going for there. If we win the league, I'm going to the parade, Craig. Bingo, says Rod. United fans on Facebook are saying 3-4-3 against us. Please do that, Ronnie. I agree. Please do. Please go 3-4-3 against Liverpool. Yes, please. Like Ronnie has said there, that'll do us very nicely indeed. I hope one of our front three dives and wins a penalty in the 90th minute, said Louis. When we win the league, I'm going to be as insufferable as rivals expect, said AJ Hendry. You be you, pal. You enjoy yourself. Chris said, okay, Craig, I'm off to bed, taking my 7-year-old daughter to Anfield tour in the morning. All the best. I hope you both have a wonderful time, Chris. Honestly, mate, I hope your daughter loves it. Yeah, and treat her, buy her something nice in the club shop as well. But have a good day tomorrow, Chris. Heme, how are you, pal? Thank you for joining. We know Robbo likes to run. Do you think he could accidentally run out of the stadium? Possibly. You never know. With the match ball, hopefully, after he scores a hat-trick and we win. Imagine that. Imagine Robbo scoring a hat-trick. Always savage, never change, said Sean W. Yeah, it's only if people have a go, mate. People come in and be nice, they'll get all the respect that they deserve. But people come in trying to be a smart arse, they'll get short shrift. Manchester United fans, Solskjaer has literally saved us and now can be more of a challenge on Sunday due to his morale. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool have the better team, but hopefully we put up a fight. You will definitely put up a fight, mate. It's going to be a tough game, no doubt about it. Rod said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is totally overrated. He's like a Norwegian chicken that's found a worm under a rock and now all the other chickens are excited. Interesting. PSG Pub League, said Joe Robinson. It is a shit league, to be fair. You can't say United fans aren't the worst. I honestly don't think they are. Honestly, I've been pleasantly surprised by how down to earth a lot of United fans have been over the past couple of weeks, chatting with them. It's Chelsea hands down for me. I mean, City are just trying to be relevant with us. They're just trying to create some bullshit rivalry that doesn't exist. But Chelsea fans for me are the most insufferable of the whole lot. That's just my opinion though. The haters want us to keep in our cage. It suits them. They're very scared of this slumbering giant of a club will dominate as before, and that's just it, isn't it? Something they don't want to contemplate. Exactly. And look, if somebody, a United fan, I think, actually asked that question earlier on. If you go and win the league this year, do you think it will lead to many more? It'll make it easier, without a shadow of a doubt. Be nice, people. It's only football. Don't be rude. Hooligans have no place in football. I'm not sure what that's related to. Where's this? Josh, you said that already, mate. No one's listening, said Connor. I don't know what that's about either. Oh, that gobshy. Have you won the Premier League? You tick that off your list. Mate, have you seen a pair of tits? Have you seen a real woman in life? Have you ticked that off your list? Can you be original and come up with an original comment? Have you ticked that off your list? Are you relevant? Does anyone give a fuck? Have you ticked that off your list? Now, Josh, you've got all the attention that you've craved, mate. You're jumping up and down on the screen there saying, look at me, look at me. You've got your attention. Daddy gave you a pat on the head now. Job well done, pal. Off you pop. Toodle pip. Where else have we got? All these bellends making a show of the rest of their fan base. I mean, as I said, there's been some fantastic United fans in here this week, and I've had great fun chatting to all of them. Yeah, Josh, look, you're boring me now, mate. Time for you to fuck off. Gone. Adios. Is this going live from Ireland? Todd, I heard that you were from Ireland. Could have gotten that wrong. Yes, no, you're right. It is. I'm from Dublin, but I'm living in County Wexford. This channel's going places. Respect, Craig, said Brad. Thank you, mate. I sincerely hope so. But the reason we wanted to succeed, mate, is just so we can talk to other fans. It's got nothing to do with it being a business or anything like that. It's a passion project. Yeah, so thank you. Stop Pogba and you stop Pogba and you stop United, said Dark Halls. Herrera shithousery masterclass incoming. He is good at it. I'll give him that. He is a good shithouse. Dave Sweeney said, just stopped and breathalyzed driving home from work. Only tea today. Well, do you know what, mate? It's good they're out on the road doing it, in fairness. I'm very anti-drink driving. Chelsea and City are the worst fans, said Louis. Arsenal fans, said Bullets. Chelsea fans, said Brian. PBPS said this game is going to be massive. I predict a high scoring game with a few mistakes thrown in. Fierce rivalry, but I hope there's no violence in light of the poor Manchester City fan. Absolutely, I second that comment. On the Manchester City fan, we spoke about this last night, and obviously this is a sensitive subject and we're treating it with the respect that it deserves. Manchester City fan, I believe is 32 years of age, was attacked by two men after the game against Schalke during the week. The man has been put into a medically induced coma to try and ease the swelling on his brain. He was over there attending the game with his mother, his father and his sister, I believe. And obviously from all of us in here, and I know we speak for the Manchester United fans and all the Liverpool fans when we say we sincerely hope the gentleman makes a full recovery. I said it on the United stand last night and I'll say it on here again. There is no place in sport whatsoever or in society for this type of scumbag thuggish behaviour. Nobody should go to a football game and not come home. Unfortunately, there seems to have been a rise in this type of stuff over the past year or two. At Liverpool, obviously, we spoke about it earlier on. Unfortunately, we know only too well this type of thing. But what happened with Sean Cox? We've seen people, Napoli and Inter, I think it was, we've seen football fans stabbed at that game. There's too much of it and it shouldn't be happening. Rivalry, banter, singing songs, it's all fun. That's one thing. When it gets physical over a game of damn football, changing people's lives, ruining people's lives forever over a game of football. We're fans first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, and that has to be remembered. We have our rivalry, we push that shit aside. It's a Manchester City fan this time. It was a Liverpool fan previously. Heaven forbid it could be anybody's club's fans in the future. We need to think big picture. We need to think as fans. We need to stand by each other. We need to stamp this shit out. If you're inside the stadium and you hear any homophobia, any racist comments, any verbal threats of physical activity, let somebody know. Let somebody know. If you're ever worried going to and from games, then try and go in groups. Try and keep together. Try and safety in numbers and all that. If you have to, another good piece of advice is to stay close to the police if you're travelling to or from games. But be safe wherever. If you're attending any games this week, anywhere in the world, be safe. Enjoy it. And again, sincere condolences and best wishes to everyone involved with Manchester City, that gentleman's family. It's terrible. We just don't need it in the game of football. There's no incoming joke there. This is a serious subject, and as much as I take the piss and I shout and I have fun on here, I'm a fan, I'm a father. I couldn't comprehend being in that situation. It's extremely sad to think about it. Anyway, we'll push on. Solskjaer used to be a member of the Liverpool fan club before he signed for United, said Paul Turner. I can't wait to watch Goalkeeper after we win on Sunday, said Ronnie. Pumped up for this. I finally got a trip to Anfield booked for the Watford game. I can't wait. It's hard from Ireland. Oh, Ronnie, I know. This is the first season in my adult life I haven't been able to get a ticket to a home Liverpool game, Ronnie. Or to a Liverpool game. So I get you. I know where you're coming from. And Goldbridge, by the way, Mr. Goldbridge will be on here on Monday night. Another show for that one. He'll be on. We'll be doing a match reaction show about 9 o'clock on Monday night. Do you think Sarri Ball could win you the league? No. It pains me to admit you might win the league, but don't worry when we beat you, because we'll beat City as well. Well, that's alright, Alex. If you do happen to beat us, mate, if you could do us that favour and go on and beat City, that would be great. Liverpool have most fans but City United comes from the far, and Liverpool fans are real life earth. I don't know what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to give us a compliment there. Liverpool have most fans, but City United comes from the fire, and Liverpool fans are in real life earth. I don't know what that means, mate. Sorry. If Liverpool lose and Tottenham are winning the league, it will be Tottenham's hands, as they do have to play both City and Liverpool with 2 points gap. Oh look, yeah, no, Spurs are in a good place. There's no doubt in that one. I don't think that they'll go on to win the league. I really don't. But yeah, look, you cannot argue, as you said, they're in a good place. Sarri's getting sacked after Sunday. Fact, said Gonads. Chelsea need to look a bit further than that, though. If they do sack him and bring somebody in, they need to sort this shit out with player power at their club as well, because it's a bit of a joke. Chelsea fans were chanting against Sarri when they were cup final or point off top four. Such plastics, said Evan. Yep, Sarri Ball was the future at the start of the season. Jorginho was the best thing since sliced bread, and now they're booing him. Cup said, hi, I'm back. Battery went, but this Martial and Lingard are back. I think. Just want to let you know. Thank you, mate. We spoke about it earlier on a little bit, and I kind of think a lot of us thought that they were always going to make it. But thank you for coming back and letting me know. Lazy demonetization said, I think Pogba's overrated. Klopp should have Fabinho man mark Pogba, said Anfield Road End. Dave Sweeney said, I only know one City fan, my uncle. He's been 40 years a fan. Know a lot of United fans. Some total gobshites. 3-1 to the pool on Sunday. Spurs ain't winning the league, and I've a good mate who's a Spurs fan, said Gonads. Rod reckons, I hear Lukaku has improved his speed. Ole had him running cross country in snowshoes through the meadows. It is reported. Have you kissed the Blarney Stone? Actually, embarrassingly, I've never been to that neck of the woods, mate, so no. United are the worst fans, reckons Pedro. You have to laugh at United fans that say we don't win the title this year. Klopp should or will be gone. How long did Fergie manage before he won the league? Was it not 5 years, something like that, before they won something anyway? But look, as I said, ignore outsiders. We don't want Klopp sacked. None of us want Klopp sacked. It's not even a conversation amongst rational Liverpool fans. Why would you want a man sacked that has just done wonders since he's come into the club? I don't get it. Well said, dude, said PB. Thank you, pal. Was the City fan Irish? I've heard of that. I couldn't say, Dave. I don't know, mate. Thank you to everyone that's saying nice, but it's a fact. It's all true, and that's probably why you're agreeing. We all think the same way. This shit is ridiculous. There's no need for it in football whatsoever. And I fingers crossed he does make a full recovery as soon as possible. The hair, Cahill, the hair's gone. I couldn't keep up with it, mate. I just felt like a weirdo with hair, so I had to shave it off. And I'm not joking. The minute I shaved it off, I felt like a new person. Mob mentality is just a horrible part of human nature, said Sean W. This from Cantona. City and Liverpool play nice attacking football now and score plenty of goals, which is like Man United. They have the philosophy we did. Enjoyment, which is it's a good show from Cantona. Thank you, Bedlam, for your comment, mate. We need to go to games to support our clubs and enjoy the game of football. If you feel the need to inflict violence on an opposing fan, then you need help. Exactly. Exactly. Or a human for any reason. Unless someone's coming at you or your family, there's just no need for it at all. Craig Marker, you said the other day that if you live in Ireland, it's either Man United or Liverpool. What did you mean by that? That most fans that I know, mate, over here are United or Liverpool fans. I think that's what he meant by it. Of course there are fans of other clubs, of course there are, but the majority of fans when I was growing up were Liverpool fans or United fans. There were some Everton fans here in Ireland, I have to say, and obviously you've got Arsenal fans. Probably the third biggest supporter club, actually, Arsenal over here. There's a smuttering of Chelsea fans, a couple of City fans, but at the whole, it's a massive majority of United and Liverpool fans. United will park the bus and counter, so we can hopefully exploit that, said Jack. There must be other teams in Ireland that you could support. Of course there is, but that's just how it is, mate. It's just mainly United and Liverpool. Sorry I'm so late. Only got home from the Liverpool match. Stayed the night. Class, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a great trip. United 2, Liverpool 1, said Mohammed. And welcome into the show, Mohammed. Can't believe how well Liverpool have done this season. Lots of respect and all the best for Sunday. Hopefully everyone who goes to the match returns home safe as they left, said Manchester United fan. Thank you, pal. And I agree with you. Fingers crossed. And I'm sure they will. Because whatever you say about your Liverpool and United, whatever you say about you wanting us to get hammered, us wanting you to get hammered, there's an underlying begrudging respect there. They're the two biggest clubs in England. They're the two clubs with history, tradition. As Mark said yesterday on the show, on his show, it goes very deep. It goes back to the days of the canals and stuff, or the ports. Sorry, it goes way back. I mean, that rivalry is steeped and entrenched in the two cities. But there's a begrudging respect there, I think, as well. And you know what I think of this game? When I think United Liverpool, violence has never been something that pops into my head. But yeah, well said, mate. Jorginho's better than Keita. Yeah, of course he is, mate. Of course he is. Jorginho's better than Keita. Yeah, are our fans booing him every time he comes on the field, like Chelsea fans are to Jorginho? No. Jorginho is not better than Keita, mate. Not at all. Jorginho is just a passing machine. Keita does everything in midfield. Passes, breaks lines, marks players, breaks up play, knows where the goal is, can assist. Chelsea will go balls out for Zidane, said Martin G. I'd be amazed if he goes near that club. Would you rather have Martial over Hazard? Yes, I would, Lee. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. Now, that's not saying that I think if both are at their very best, Hazard's probably a better player. But I would take Martial because I get more consistency probably from Martial. And he's got a very high ceiling as well. I mean, he can become an absolutely outstanding footballer. Mark J said, at Smother Bears, I'm a United fan in Ireland, Craig's a Liverpool fan in Ireland. Here in Ireland, the majority of people support one or the other, with United having more fans than anybody. I disagree with that, Mark. Shh. I don't know the actual numbers. I'd say it's pretty close to being down the middle. Liverpool will be top with 15 points. I mean, I don't think we'll quite win by that far, but I love it. Do you think Klopp will play Keita at the weekend, Craig? What's your thoughts? I've gone back and forth on this, Ryan. I've kind of gone with yes. I think he will. Fabinho, Gini and Keita is what I'm guessing. But, I mean, I can make arguments or understand an argument for anyone in the midfield. OTF said, hello people, United here. How are you, mate? Welcome. Will Klopp be your Arsene Wenger? That's a fucking ridiculous comment, mate. One, you're being terribly unfair to Arsene Wenger as well, who won an awful lot at Arsenal. And Klopp, don't worry about Klopp. Klopp will be our Klopp. That's all you need to worry about, pal. Snowflakes is a term invented by sociopaths to blame other people for calling them out for being sociopaths. I don't know, mate. Brian, I know we all mainly agree, but I've massive problems with people being offended by everything, but that's a whole another day's conversation. Got to laugh at the fans who think Klopp will get sacked if he doesn't win the league. He's plenty of goodwill in the bank. Yes, he does. And how couldn't he? Look where we were when we came in, and look where we are now. It's not even a conversation worth having. There are more Leeds fans than there are Man City fans. Do you know what, Liam? I forgot Leeds. There are a lot, and I've got some uncles and relatives who are Leeds fans, mate. But I think that will be more of an older generation. But there are quite a few, Liam, you're right. Is it true there are leprechauns in Ireland? Of course, mate. When you get to 16 in Ireland, you get given a pet leprechaun. And now it's up to you to make sure that that pet leprechaun is looked after. It's kind of like a real life Tamagotchi. You have to make sure it's fed and watered and looked after. And then when you get to 21, if your leprechaun is in good shape and you get to 21, then you get a bonus and you get 10 grand from the government. And if your leprechaun lives a full life, which for a leprechaun unfortunately is only about 35 years, then you get a free council house. So you know, fingers crossed. Thought Chelsea had a large following in Ireland, or is it just the north? I know, again, I can't speak for everyone. I know 2 Chelsea fans, and they're both dickheads actually as well. Someone attacked me with a puck of pie at a match. If somebody attacked me with a puck of pie at a match, then I would eat their fucking puck of pie. Depending on the flavour. I mean, if it's a steak pie, best of luck, it's gone. I'm eating it. Alright, Craig, sorry I've not been on much recently. No need to apologise, Joshua, pal. We appreciate anybody who comes on, and everybody has lives to live. Just pop in and out when you can. Guys, last show, we're going to head off now in a minute or two, but if you're watching and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do, and drop a like on the stream as well. We're only 176 subscribers away from 9,000, so fingers crossed we'll get there by the end of the weekend. Joshua James said, how's it going, groupies? The hope all you're good. Let's Sunday lives up to its expectations. I hope all's way, Craig. I see the eyebrows scared off the fringe. Proper shitting for Sunday. Come on, you Reds. That's a belter of a comment, Corin. Honestly, brilliant. Can't wait for Sunday as well. Absolutely class game. Pissing myself laughing. Don't happen up in the north, Craig. Leprechauns get searched and stripped. Yeah, I did hear that, Ronnie, but I couldn't confirm or deny. I'm a United fan, but still sub. Good luck to everybody for Sunday. Thank you, pal, and same to you. But you know we don't mean it. You're saying it to me, I'm saying it to you, but deep down we want to batter you and you want to batter us, but that's alright. Is Shaqiri a leprechaun? No, he's too tall to be a leprechaun. There's a cut-off point. Isn't your girlfriend a Chelsea fan? Not me. No, I'm married. And Connor is no Chelsea fans here. Good luck on Sunday, boys and girls. Hope we stuff you. Thanks a lot, Craig. Peach said Alex, or Peach. It'd be weird if you were saying Peach, mate, wouldn't it? But Peace. Thank you, Alex. Right, guys, look, I will chat to you all tomorrow, and we will be really counting down to the massive game then on Sunday. Manchester United and Liverpool at Old Trafford. 2:05 kickoff on Sunday. We'll be doing a match watch along as we always do. That will be starting about 30 minutes before the game. Thank you to everyone that popped over to say hello, whether you're a Liverpool fan, United fan, wherever you're from. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, guys. Take care. Tell your loved ones you love them. Look after your families. Up the motherfucking Reds.